Yes, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Mathematical Room. So in our today's video we are going to solve the question that by reading the statement, and after reading the statement that we are going to draw a picture so that we can see that how can we solve this question. So if you read the statement, that measure of an angle of elevation of the statement, of the top of the pole is 15 degrees. So by reading this first part of the statement, that we have come to know that we are talking about the length of the pole and about the angle of elevation at some point where the 15 degrees angle has been made. So first of all, we have to draw a straight line that representing the height of the pole. So that's the straight line representing the height of the pole. And at some point the angle of elevation is 15 degrees. So we can say that there is a point where the angle of elevation is 15 degrees. So when you join this point to the top of the pole, so with the ground, the angle of elevation is 15 degrees. So that's the first part of the statement, that we have drawn a picture like that. Now, from the point on the ground, so in walking 100 meters towards the pole, so the pole is over there. So if we walk from this point to that point towards the pole, so you can say that talking about the 100 meters towards the pole, so here is the 100 meters if we walk towards the pole, so then the measure of angle is found to be 30 degrees. So now from this point the measure of angle has been found as 30 degrees, or you can say the angle of elevation is 30 degrees with the ground. So 100-meter walk, so we can say that from distance from this point to that point is 100 meters, and we have found the angle of elevation is now 30 degrees. So find the height of the pole. So we have to find the height of the pole. So let's join this point to the foot of the pole. So that's the figure that we have drawn with the help of this statement. So now we are going to give the names of the points. Let's say that this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, and that is D. So now if we try to understand the picture, that this line is showing the height of the pole. That's the first point where the angle 15 has been made, or you can say the angle of elevation has been made 15 degrees. And when we walk from point A to B 100 meters, then we have found the angle of elevation has been 30 degrees. So we have to find the length of this pole. So we can say that this is X, or you can say that this one is H, that height of the pole. And let's suppose the distance from B to C is X. So that's the point. We have found that how we have to draw the picture of according to this statement. So now let's collect the information that is given in this picture. We can say that the height of the pole is CD. So that's the solution. height of the pole is equals to measure of CD is equals to H. So that's the thing we have to find with the help of this picture. So if you see, there are two angle of elevations, one is 15 and one is 30. The 15 is at point A and the 30 is at point B. So the second information that is given in the statement, or according to the statement, the second information is angle of elevations are angles made of angle A, which is equals to 15 degrees, and measure of angle B is equals to 30 degrees. And the distance between the point A and point B is equals to 100 meters. So we can say that measure of AB and the last thing is the distance between AC. So distance between A and B is 100 meters and distance between B and C is X. So we can say that, you can say that X meters. So if we have found the distance between A to C, so that can be written as measure of AC is equals to 100 plus X. So that can be written as 100 plus X meters. So that's the final information that we have found from this diagram. So now let's start. The main thing, we have to find the height of the pole, which is represented by H. So first of all, we will take the triangle BCD. In right angle triangle, BCD, we are talking about these two sides. Angle is 30 degrees at point B and the sides are H and X. So in right angle triangle BCD, if we take the side opposite divided by adjacent, so we can say that the trigonometric ratio tangent measure of angle B is equals to measure of CD divided by BC. So measure of angle B is 30 degrees, so we can write tangent measure of angle B is equals to 30 degrees, and CD is H and BC is X. So we know, according to the trigonometric ratio table, the value of tangent 30 is 1 over under root 3 is equals to H over X. So if you take this X on that side and this under root 3 on that side by doing the cross multiplication, so we can say that X is equals to under root 3h. So that you can say is the equation number 1. So now this BC is equals to under root 3h. Now we are taking the triangle ACD. So in right angle triangle, ACD, again, if we are talking about the right angle triangle ACD and the angle is given 15 degrees, opposite side is H and adjacent side is 100 plus X, or you can say AC. So taking the trigonometric ratio as tangent 15, tangent measure of angle A is equals to CD divided by AC. So measure of CD divided by measure of AC. So by putting the values of tangent measure of angle A, so tangent measure of angle A is 15 degrees is equals to CD is the height in the triangle of the pole. So we can say that H divided by AC, which is equals to 100 plus X meters. You can say that 100 plus X. So tangent 15 equals to H over 100 plus X. So in our next step, we are going to simplify this equation. So if you use the calculator to find the value of tangent 15, that will become 0.268 is equals to H over 100 plus X. So now simplify this equation, take this denominator to the other side of the equation, so that can be written as 0.268 multiplied by 100 plus X is equals to H. Now multiply this value with these values which are in the parentheses, so that will become as 26.8 when 0.268 multiplied by 100 and plus 0.268 X is equals to H. So in our next step, if you remember that we have found the value of X, which is equal to 100 under root 3 H, so we have to put the value of X in this equation. So by putting the value of X in this equation, you can say by equation number 1, we are going to put the value of X. So 26.8 plus 0.268 into the value of X is under root 3 H is equals to H. Now you can see that the values have been converted into H and that's the h representing the height of the pole, and we have to find the value of h. So now in next step we have to multiply this 0.2h with under root 3. So by using the calculator, if you multiply 0.268 with under root 3, so that will become as 0.464. H is equals to h. Now take this value to the other side of the equation to simplify with this h, because we can simplify with the same heights of this equation. So that equation can be written as 26.8 is equals to h minus 0.464h. So so now if you see the part of this equation, h is common in these two terms, so we will take the h common, so that can be written as 26.8 is equals to, if you take the h common, that will become 1 minus 0.464. And now we have to do some more simplification. So 26.88 is equal to, if you subtract this value from 1, so that will become 0.536. Now this value is multiplying with h. Take this value to the other side of the equation, so that will become as 26.8 divided by 0.536 is equals to h. So h is the height of the pole that we have to find. So if you divide with these two values with the help of calculator, so you can find that the answer is approximately 50 meters is equals to h, or h is equals to 50 meters. So that's how we can find the value of h. H is the height of the pole, so we can say that height of the pole that's approximately, we can say that the value of h is equals to 50 meters. So height of the pole will be equals to 50 meters. So that's how we can find the height of the pole by using these two kind of right angle triangles. So that's a kind of very different question that when we have drawn a picture, so we have found that there are two right angle triangles in this picture, so we have to use both of the triangles to find the height of the pole. So all the process I have done in front of you with a very clear explanation. So after doing the steps, we have found the height of the pole, which is equals to 50 meters. So that's how we can find the value of height of the pole. Hopefully you will understand that when you find this question, That's the easiest way that I have tried my best to give you complete information and explanation about this question. So inshallah, I will take one more example like this question, that you can understand that how we have solved this question. So inshallah, I will see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel and I will try my best to do in my next lecture with the same kind of question, that you can understand how these kind of questions to be solved. So inshallah, I will see you in my next video. तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए. खुदा हाफिज़.